Joseph Kunkel. I work with Mass Design Group. I'm the design director of the Santa Fe studio, leading a portfolio of Indigenous work across the States and now here in Canada. Trained as an architect, planner, and work with tribal communities, building their capacity to work towards self-determination and sovereignty. When we think about the impact design methodology, it's a method, it's a tool to, in many ways, take the subjectivity out of the design process. It's to really think about how those that aren't designers can think about design in a way that allows them to be in control of the process. So how do we really allow the client, the innovator, the tribe to be in control of the design process? It starts with a mission. How are the innovators thinking clearly about their own mission? What is the mission of the project that they're leading? What is the purpose? And then we kind of go into the methods of the IDM process, and if they were to really think about that change that they want to create with that mission, the method is there in terms of how they're trying to achieve that. And then if they were to achieve those methods, thinking about the impacts become those systems change. Creating more housing, more affordable housing, developing a local economy around housing, innovating how they think about construction processes. And then ideally, if they're doing all those, the mission, method, impacts, it's leading to some systemic change. How are we changing housing across the community? How are we changing housing across the nation, the tribal nation, the Indigenous community around Canada? How are we thinking and rethinking housing? And maybe at some point we look at ways in which Indigenous communities are really thinking about affordable housing in non-Indigenous communities. And how are we amplifying the abilities to really think critically how we can recreate our housing affordability around the country?
This methodology is it's a great tool. It really helped us think about sort of having an equal approach or balanced approach to the different areas that you need to think about when you're doing a capital construction project. So I found it really useful so far. I mean, we've just started using it, but it certainly reminded us of areas that maybe, you always think about the need first, and then you kind of sometimes forget about some of the more practical approaches to capital project.
I love the methodology. I can see that it could be applied to any project, and it could be a tool to help a community say a go, no go to a project, and it shows the community where they are in the process just at a glance.
This tool is really important for us because we're starting at the beginning, so it's breaking it down in individual stages, which is really helpful for us because we've never been involved in anything like this before.
This is a really good snapshot on where we are in the project right now, and the fact is that we can look at this and get an idea and jump around and understand where we might have to do some more work and what progress we've made so far, so we know what we have to do next. It's a really good tool.
I think it's just really exciting to see all the energy, the passion, and how we think we can change Indigenous housing.